So we already started the Kakao group talk. So from now on, we will use more on Kakao for the communication. If you have any question, you can use. Also, you may download files from Kakao and also upload. It's easier. For me, it's easier than email. That's why I prefer to use Kakao rather than email. Right. So this slide shows. We stopped around this slide last time. This is a car carrier. They transport usually new cars. And here you can see that big ramp that is rolled down to load and unload the cars from the port side. Okay, and then what else? They need a kind of a big parking structure, floating parking structure. And what else? Roll and roll off, roller ship, a kind of roller ship. And ferry is also roller ship. Ferry boat. Ferry boat not transport new cars. Ferry boat transport passengers and also used cars, trucks with loaded trucks. And this one is mobile harbor project output. About 10 years ago, it can handle up to 50 TEU of containers as a floating harbor, floating container terminal. And then this one is drawn by a company called STX, shipbuilding company. So as an engineer, when you are involved in a shipbuilding company as a designer, you need to draw this kind of drawing. And principles of general arrangement, in any case, inside out. So interior arrangement first, before exterior appearance. But sometimes we start from outside and then inside the arrangement, depending on the situation. Usually the house or building is started with the exterior because of the land size, and also there is many constraints coming from street and around. So there's many regulations, sunshine from the other building and sightseeing, something like that. So constraints usually fix the outline of the building in the city area. But if you go to some kind of island, you are alone, you can do anything, right? So then in that case, it should be start with your interior. I want to have a 2-bedroom, 1 toilet, 1 dining room, 1 kitchen, something like that. Right? 2 floors, 3 floors, only 1 floor. So it's up to you. So depending on the situation. So inside out interior arrangement involve profile first and then exterior. It is usually yes for cargo ships because cargo moving is the first priority. But in a yacht, small yachts or passenger ships, the reverse is the first. How about stealth ship? Stealth ship, you know what is stealth, right? You don't know. Stealth airplane. Have you heard of stealth airplane? No. Okay. The battle jet, the radar catches the airplane. Right? Stealth is a special appearance of outline of the airplane that it's not easy to catch through the radar because they reflect the radar beam to irregularly. So that because radar is trying to catch the object by returning beams, radar or electromagnetic waves. So stealth is a kind of a special shape that can escape from the radar catch. And stealth ship is also similar idea, so that the enemy ship cannot detect the ship or not easily through the radar. So that then the appearance is important for that kind of ship. Right? Ship or components in service. What happens if in bad weather, rain falling, rolling and pitching, and also submarine desubmergence, and then there is a breakup. Right? If ship stopped in the middle of Pacific Ocean, it's very big problem, right? Everybody cannot. So the how can I say, the reliability, level of failure, occurrence of failure, probability of failure should be very low for the ship and submarine, comparing to the land-based truck or passenger car. If your car has a problem in the street, you can call insurance. They are come within an hour and repair somewhere, right? Or towing. So it is safe. No problem. Any break of car or problem, repairing, it's not a problem. But for the ship, for the airplane, for the submarine, the level of reliability should be 10 times more higher than the car cases, land-based something. So something like a pump or motor, there should be 10 times higher level of reliability. You can think about motor and pump for nuclear power plants. It also should have a high level reliability. Then, if the reliability level is 10 times higher, the component of the something pump and material should be different. So that is difficult area for the kind of ship and also submarine. And if you are designer of submarine or new ship, the designer should stay on board for the sea trial, because he must be the in charge of the safety of the ship. There is one video.
하느님, 할머니 제발 안 아프게 해주세요.
So this is a general arrangement using a software, CAD software. You can see that there is a cutoff or see-through inside the ship by lowering down the screen. So then you can see what is inside there. The pipings and also engine should be coming, and duct lines and piping, air conditioning. It's very complicated. Left hand side, it's coming up again. Oh, there's a whole ship is shown. So every deck level, the details are shown. So you can imagine that how complicated the ship inside. It is something like a compressed one or building, something like that. general arrangement is something like this. Okay, and then each piece will be shown here. Right. So the engine is here. This is the engine part, and here, and then duct lines, the exhaust pipe. It should be go upstairs. The engine is usually stay in the bottom of the ship. Right. Yes. Side view, back view. Of the engine and also shaft. Shaft gives you the propeller at the end. All right. Very nice. Three-dimensional view rotation. There is another engine. So the ship has a 2 engine. Actually, it has a 4 engine and 2 propeller. 4 engine and 2 propeller. Good. Right.
I use jet engines like.
Right, and then we move on to next slide. This one. This one is a dry bulk cargo carrier. The type of ship, by seeing the picture of general arrangement drawing, you need to identify which type of ship it is when you are well-trained engineer. Anyway, the engine room is about here, propeller is here, right? And pilot house is here. The other hole is a cargo tank. Cargo hold, they are saying. And hatch cover. And front end is there are many stores, small stores and water tanks. So this is we call this bulk material. Bulk material. When you go to a store, supermarket, you can buy this kind of material by volume or by weight, right? Not by piece. That's right. That we call this is a bulk material, bulk cargo, bulk product. So bulk carrier carries these kind of bulk cargos. Bulk cargos inside the boat. Then loading and unloading is not easy for this kind of cargo, comparing to the container ship. Container ship is standardized box. So crane can handle 20 foot or 40 foot, very nice, very fast. So cargo in this case is not easy to loading and unloading. You should have a special device. And this way is a 3-dimensional view of bulk carrier. Right. So this one is probably core. This one is a hatch cover. So when the ship is arrived at port, hatch cover is moving sideways. Then the cargo hold and area port is opening, is coming, and then we start unloading and loading cargos. Right, once again, principles, there are conflicting items of parts. Say noisy item from cabin. Noisy can be engine. I told you once the other day. And cabin is sleeping area. Beside the engine, it's not good, right? Noisy for the sleeping. So it should be separated out as far as possible. Or library from diaspora. Also major structural items into the layout. A pillar at the center of the theater. If there is a pillar at the center of this room, it is not convenient for us. Something like a theater area. Pillar, there are, because theater should have a big hole, but they need somehow structural integrity in the middle. So it's not easy to remove pillars. And also clearance for repairs. Space to replace the piston for the engine. Can you remember the engine size of the ship is very big, 5 floors. 30 meters something, right? And then piston over engine, more than 5 meters long piston, and also diameter can be half meter something. Then if you need to replace the piston, you need to space for clearance, removing. Pulling tubes out of heat exchanger, also heat exchanger is big, and wrench and screwdriver for the very congested area. For your car, also you need a small space around the engine for the wrench and screwdriver. And for the ship, the screwdriver is big, and wrench is also big. So this is an example of a pillar inside the big theater. So they try to minimize this one, also round over to not interfere the side of the customers. And self-unloading, this is bulk carrier, and this looks like ore or core. And it is good idea that there is a conveyor belt inside the ship, so the unloading is easier. So loading is reverse way. So loading is relatively easier for bulk cargo because there is a big silo and they can pour down into the hole. So it is best. But unloading is not easy. Many times they need to have grabbing or bucketing or something, or pumping out something like that. But this one is very good idea. Conveyor belt inside the ship. But it is also have a problem that you need to have some engines, motors, and conveyor belt and space is removed. So the cargo capacity can be more. All right, this one is an oil tanker. There is no opening there. Right? There is no, on the deck, main deck, there is no hole, no opening. But instead they have a pipings. So we can say this is an oil tanker. They need oil piping and pump. And pump is the only thing they need. And then also there is a connection to the large pipe toward the land side, so that the pumping can be done within a very small area. There is a question. The name of the ship is Ominesan and Otowasan. Looks like a Japan ship. And the size is, length is 332, and breadth is 60 meters, and then ton is 267,000 tons. It's a big oil tank. And Arctic shuttle tanker developed by Samsung Heavy Industry. This is something like a Murmansk is in Russia. North Pole is nearby. Murmansk and Barandy. So there are transportation between two places, but their ocean is frozen in the winter time. Then how can you move around this? This is we call the Arctic shuttle tanker. So they need to break up the ice, right, while they are moving. Then should have a very heavy plate in the front. Also, the shape is different, so that they trying to skid over the ice plate and how can I say lower down the ship. The ship weight is breaking the ice by skidding over onto the ice plate. So they need to have a self-propelling with the support of icebreaker. Icebreaker is a very small ship. What can I say? This is looks like an icebreaker. Icebreaker. Small ships, they can break ice instead of a ship, but sometimes ship itself goes into the ice. The degree very low temperature. Okay. Let's see. Question. No question. All right. All right. We may have a schedule.